Massachusetts. Population 19,000. The week before Halloween. The festive mood is shattered.
It's a homicide. The victim had multiple stab wounds. They could not have been self-inflicted.
Poring over the crime scene, detectives speculate what happened. The perpetrator chased Sharon to the upstairs bathroom and stabbed her repeatedly. Investigators learn that Sharon had just started her freshman year at a local community college. Family and friends describe her as a responsible, well-liked young woman. But there was at least one suspicious character lurking in her past.
We spoke to Sharon's sister, and we spoke to a number of their friends, and found that each one of them had a common concern, and that was with another friend called Mark Branch.
Police immediately head to Mark Branch's house to question him, but he's not home. One look in his room, and investigators become even more suspicious.
I've never seen anything quite like it in my life.
The room is a shrine to gory slasher movies.
Hundreds of horror magazines. We recovered machetes, we recovered knives. Everything in that room, except for his own small personal clothing, was of horror films and horror substance.
Branch appears to be most fascinated with Jason, the serial killer who systematically stalked his prey in the movie Friday the 13th. According to friends, Branch even fantasized about what it would feel like to kill someone himself. Early the following morning, police get their first lead. A tipster has spotted the suspect's vehicle.
We found Mark Branch's car abandoned in the woods, approximately 13 miles from Greenfield. There appears to be blood on the front seat and on the console.
The only suspect in the murder investigation has disappeared without a trace. The officer had seen psychic profiler John Monty on television. Monty has solved many cases with police departments over the years.
When they first gave me the photo of the girl, my first visions were of violence, real violence.
Can he use his psychic gift to find the murderer before it's too late?
I heard the name Jason, 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 Jason. It was echoing in my brain. I had no idea who Jason was.
Police haven't told the psychic any details about the suspect, yet he seems to have tuned into Mark Branch's obsession with Jason, the killer from the movie Friday the 13th. Without warning, disturbing images fill John's mind.
So we drove up the street, probably 500 feet.
And I suddenly come to a spot where heavy impression started to hit me.
There was a small dirt road, which we went down, and there was an old abandoned slaughterhouse on the right side of the road.
Police are stunned by the psychic's accuracy.
I never knew it was there, no, I did not.
Could this be the suspect's hiding place?
It's all about these crazy mass murderers.
They make a chilling discovery.
Yeah, it was right up here. There was a set of stairs with the stick figure of a woman partway up, and then below her was like the stick figure of a man with a knife in his hand chasing her up the stairs. And then down below that at the bottom it said a death of intention.
Fleeing up the stairs, stabbed in the back. It's exactly how Sharon Gregory was attacked.
My first impression was maybe, just maybe, this was written by Mark Branch.
There's no hard evidence to prove it, but John is sure the killer's been here. Where he'll show up next, no one knows.
The police and residents had concerns with Halloween coming up. We may have a killer out there that fantasizes about being Jason on Friday the 13th.
Nobody knew. He could jump out of any bush, anytime, anywhere.
On the night of Halloween, the community remains gripped with fear. An uncomfortable silence fills the neighborhood. But this celebration doesn't turn violent. Halloween comes and goes without incident. The police and residents breathe a huge sigh of relief. John is certain Mark Branch is still in the area and persuades police to search the woods again.
I insisted it was only just a little further up, and the murderer will be there. He'll be hanging on a tree, a pine tree.
John Monty says that Mark Branch has hung himself.
He's wearing blue jeans, combat boots. He's got a belt around his neck. He's got a shoestring around his neck.
It's been a month since Sharon Gregory's homicide. Late November marks the start of deer hunting season. Local Kevin Purrington knows these woods like the back of his hand.
Go home, boy.
On the morning of November 29th, he's stalking deer when he hears a strange noise.
I heard a snap, and I looked up and I saw the body hanging in the tree.
There, hanging by his bootlaces and belt, is Mark Branch, dressed just like Jason from Friday the 13th.
As soon as I got up to the body, I knew exactly who it was. I was so happy that I found him, I ran off the mountain in record time.
Mark Branch had died just the way John Monty said, within a mile of his car, hanging from a tree by his belt, with the death ruled a suicide.
If we would have kept going for probably 200 more yards, we would have ran into Mark Branch.
According to the coroner, the body was there since day one, probably the same day that he killed the girl.
We knew it was him. We knew him by the clothing that he had on, all of that. Jason, Friday the 13th, he had on all the clothing.
We confirmed the body due to his fingerprints being taken by the coroner and also by the wallet with his name in it.
Just as John predicted, the body was found by a man named Kevin, who lives in a white house in the woods with a German shepherd.